Am I live? I think I'm live. Hello, everybody! Hello, everybody! My name is Ada, and welcome to Online Storytime with Drag Queen Story Hour UK and Pride Cymru. Hello, everybody! Hello, everybody! I am super excited because today I'm going to be reading you some fabulous stories. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm also going to be reading some stories to you tomorrow, but we're going to focus on today. Hello, everybody. Hello. Join in. Hello, everybody. Everybody say hello, Ada. Hello. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm going to be reading you some fabulous little stories. We're going to be having a little bit of a dance. And we're going to just have the most fun ever. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hello, everybody. Hello. I see we have also got a fabulous sign language interpreter. Hello. Oh, I can't. I'm not very good. The left and the right. Oh, goodness me. Well, hello, sign language interpreter. They are interpreting everything I say in BSL, which is sign language. Some people might not be able to hear as good as others, so we've got somebody who is doing sign language. Sign language. Oh, I'm so excited. This is fabulous. I am so excited for the next half hour. I've got some fabulous stories for you all today. We've got the word of the day. The word of the day. Oh my goodness me. So what do we do with the word of the day? Well, with the word of the day, we have to comment it. Everybody comment the word of the day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Fingers ready. The word of the day today is pride. It's pride, everybody. Everybody comment the word pride now. I want to see as many people commenting the word pride as possible. You can either do it once or you can do it millions of times. Let's get the word pride commented as many times as possible. Who can do it the most? Ooh, this is very exciting. Hello, everybody. Hello. Well, before we do anything and whilst you're commenting, we're going to have a little bit of a dance. Do you know the Hokey Cokey? I hope you do, because it is a fabulous song. And we're going to have a little bit of dance to it. Get on your feet, because this is the Hokey Cokey. hello. How are we doing? Are we all out of breath? Goodness me. Woo. If you have just joined us, this is Online Story Time with me, ADHD, Drag Queen Story Hour UK, and Pride Cymru. Hello everybody, hello. I hope you are all having a fabulous day so far. We have the word of the day, and we have to comment it, and we're trying to get it commented as many times as possible. As many times as I can see. You have commented it plenty so far, but we want it more. Comment it more. Yes, comment it as many times as possible. Keep going. Woo! Okay, everybody, I think it's time for story time. Woo! Are you sitting comfortably? I hope you are, because this first story is called Perfectly Norman by Tom Percival. Woo! And here we go. Norman. Norman had always been normal. Perfectly normal. Until one day, he grew a pair of fabulous wings. Wow, they look really fabulous. Norman had imagined growing taller, or growing a beard like his dad. But he had never imagined growing a pair of wings. Still, they were here now, so he decided to test them out right away. Soon, Norman was swooping around and generally having the most fun ever. But then, he had to go in for dinner. Now, you see, Norman had always been so normal. He didn't know how his parents would feel about his extraordinary wings. As he went in, Norman covered himself up in a great big coat. His parents didn't notice the wings, but they did think it was odd to be wearing a coat indoors. Oh, goodness me. That does look a little odd. Oh, goodness me. Now, bath time was problematic. Oh, so was bedtime. The coat was hot and uncomfortable, but Norman had decided that no one should see his wings. Ever. The next day, Norman went to the park, but he was far too hot to play any of his favourite games. Goodness me. And so it went on. Long car journeys were unbearable. The swimming pool was dreadful, and that was nothing compared to his friend's birthday party. Aww. The only time that Norman could feel normal now was when it rained. Aww. One day, a boy tried to pull his coat off, and Norman had to run away, hot-faced, angry, and sad. Oh no. However, it does look like the dog has bitten the bottom of the bully. Oh! He wished he had never grown those stupid wings. Oh, that's very upsetting. Then he saw some birds high up in the sky and remembered the joy of his first flight. It occurred to Norman that it was the coat that was making him miserable, not the wings. Why don't you take that tatty old thing off? Suggested Mum and Dad. Norman looked up at them hesitantly. His parents smiled and nodded. Norman smiled back. Then he threw off the coat and let his wonderful wings fan out. Wow. Norman leapt into the air. Finally, he was free of that coat. Look at him flying. That's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. But then, suddenly, he noticed a few other children wearing thick, heavy coats of their own. They looked up at Norman and round at each other nervously. There was a moment's pause and then... whoosh! The sky was filled with flying people. Norman had never felt so happy. He realised that there was no such thing as perfectly normal. But he was perfectly Norman, which was just as it should be. And that is Perfectly Norman by Tom Percival. Woohoo! That's the end of the first book. Woohoo! If you like that book, let me know by giving me some love hearts. Woohoo! Yay! And now it's time for the second book. Are we ready? This book is about family. It is about bullies. Oh. And it's also about a story of hijab. This is called The Proudest Blue by Ichab Muhammad with S.K. Ali and art by Hatem Ali. Mama holds out the pink. Mama loves pink. But Asiya shakes her head. I know why. Behind the counter is the brightest blue. The colour of the ocean if you squint your eyes and pretend there's no line between the water and the sky. It's the first day hijab. Asiya knows it. I know it. We are sisters. The next day, I wait. A new backpack, new light-up shoes. Ooh, it's exciting. I feel special. I feel like twirling. Woo! Asiya comes out of the house and I stop. It's the most beautiful first day of school ever. I'm walking with a princess. So I pretend I'm one too. But even princesses have to stop in the street. Asiya takes my hand in hers, says, "Come on, Faiza." We speed walk it. 14 steps. 14 light-ups to get across the road. Asiya takes me to my first class, hugs me goodbye. I turn to watch her leave, give a little curtsy to the princess going to the year 7 area. She's easy to see. Her hijab smiles at me the whole way. My first day hijab is going to be blue too. What's that on your sister's head? The girl in front of me whispers. A scarf, I whisper back. I don't know why a whisper came out. I try again, louder now. A scarf. Hijab. Oh, she whispers. Asia's hijab isn't a whisper. Asia's hijab is like the sky on a sunny day. The sky isn't a whisper. It's always there. Special and blue. The first day of wearing hijab is important, Mama had said. It means being strong. I turn, but I can't see blue anymore. I run to the big kid's side. 27 steps to see Asia. I need to give her another hug. I need to see her smile. Faiza! Asia's eyes wonder why I'm here. Are you excited, I ask, about the first day of hijab? She nods with a big smile, and I feel better. Someone laughs from nearby. A boy pointing at Asia. Why? Asia's hijab isn't a laugh. Asia's hijab is like the ocean waving to the sky. It's always there, strong and friendly. Some people won't understand your hijab, Mama had said. But if you understand who you are, one day, they will too. In class, I draw a picture. 2 princesses in hijab having a picnic on an island where the ocean meets the sky. The girl who whispered in the queue says she likes it. She says it so loud the teacher comes over to see it. I wonder if Asia drew a picture too. Break time is for 5 cartwheels in a row. I land the last one near the year 7s. Near Asia and her friends. Near a boy yelling, I'm going to pull that tablecloth off your head. Asia's hijab isn't a tablecloth. Asia's hijab is blue. Only blue. Asia turns away. Her friends turn away. They race to the middle of the playground, their shoes pounding the pavement, playing tag. Mama says, don't carry around the hurtful words that others say. Drop them. They are not yours to keep. They belong only to those who said them. It takes me 48 steps to get away from the yelling boy. After school, I look around. I look for whispers, laughs and shouts, but I only see Asia waiting for me, like it's a normal day. She's smiling, strong. We cross the road hand in hand. I can't wait to get home to show Mama the picture I drew, to show Asia that I'm wearing the same hijab in it. Because Asia's hijab is like the ocean and the sky. No line between them, saying hello with a loud wave. Saying, I'll always be here, like sisters, like me and Asia. The proudest blue. By Ibtihaj Muhammad with S.K. Ali and Art by Hatem Ali. Isn't that lovely? I love that book. That book is so fab. Just because people look different, act different in any way, you shouldn't be mean to them. And just remember, it's only 48 steps to walk away. Oh, dearie me. Well, I've got some sad news for you. Oh no. We've only got one book left. Oh no. Oh no. But if you did like the last book, give us some hearts. Let us know. Woohoo. But now it's time for the very last book. This book is a romantic book. It's all about love and it's also about change. This book is called Tadpole's Promise by Jean Willis and Tony Ross. Where the willow meets the water, a tadpole met a caterpillar. They gazed into each other's tiny eyes and fell in love. She was his beautiful rainbow, and he was her shiny black pearl. I love everything about you, said the tadpole. Love everything about you, said the caterpillar. Promise you'll never change. I promise, said the tadpole. What do we think is going to happen? But as sure as the weather changes, the tadpole could not keep his promise. Next time they met, he had grown 2 legs. You've broken your promise, said the caterpillar. Forgive me, begged the tadpole. I couldn't help it. I don't want these legs. All I want is my beautiful rainbow. Said the caterpillar. I promise, he said. But as sure as the seasons changed, the next time they met, he had grown arms. That's twice you've broken your promise, cried the caterpillar. Forgive me, begged the tadpole. I could not help it. I do not want these arms. All I want is my beautiful rainbow. And all I want is my shiny black pearl. I will give you one last chance, said the caterpillar. But as surely as the world changes, the tadpole could not keep his promise. The next time they met, he had no tail. You have broken your promise 3 times! And now you have broken my heart, said the caterpillar. But you are my beautiful rainbow, said the tadpole. Yes, but you are not my shiny black pearl. Goodbye. She crawled up the willow branch and cried herself to sleep. Aww. One warm, moonlit night, she woke up. The sky had changed. The trees had changed. Everything had changed. Except for her love for the tadpole. Even though he'd broken his promise, she decided to forgive him. It looks like he's still looking for her too. Aww. She dried her wings and fluttered down to look for him. Where the willow meets the water, a frog was sitting on a lily pad.
"Excuse me,"
she said.
"have you seen my shiny black pearl?"
What? And before she could say anything else, the frog leapt up and swallowed her in one great big gulp. Oh no! And there he waits, thinking fondly of his beautiful rainbow, wondering where she went. And that is The Tadpole's Promise by Jean Willis and Tony Ross. The end. Oh my goodness me, Well, I suppose that says that everybody changes and it's not your fault. However, maybe a butterfly and a frog is not the best match. Who knows? Maybe it is. Who am I to judge? Anyway, thank you so much for joining in. I'm so glad you loved it. I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining into this story time. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at the same time, I've got more books. It's going to be a different story time. I'm so excited. Now, the word of the day was pride. Let's get that word commented for a last time. Everybody also, please thank our lovely BSL interpreter who is currently in Portsmouth, Shropshire, somewhere, doing this as I talk. So everybody say thank you to them too. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to you, your lovely, fabulous BSL interpreter. Thank you so much, and goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I can see all the words of pride. Everybody comment the word pride. Yes, fabulous. Thank you so much, everybody. And I shall see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.